Second half underway here at FedEx Field between the Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Deep kick as Brown, at least doing something good there because he's been shanking extra points and field goals left and right. Ben Roethlisberger named your first half MVP with his performance. Nearly 100% completion percentage, well over 200 yards, 2,000 yards passing on the year. And the rookie J.P. Lossman in for the injured Mark Bulger, who tore out his MCL. It is 19-7. And the Commanders have been held in check here. Dat win. 5 tackles for a loss for the Bengals. J.P. Lossman steps up. He's going to run it. There goes J.P. and runs out of bounds. So he's got some speed to him. The only touchdown on the board for the Washington Commanders is a rushing touchdown from J.P. Lossman.
Check it out. Well, that scramble got him some yards. He was lucky on that one.
That was a good effort to duck the pressure that time. He's been known to
Only 2 touchdowns away, the Commanders. It is 19-7. We have WX. We got SK Money. We got Dan in the chat. Lossman. That one was dangerous, almost intercepted. Was looking for Terrell Owens down the field. That's SK Money's favorite player, Terrell Owens. J.P. Lossman, 4 of 11. Lossman to throw it again here on second down. Back to T.O. And the officials rule only 1 foot down, incomplete. This is a big third and long, so this is a tough one for the young rookie quarterback. Lossman dropping back. He's going to throw it for a 3rd time to Terrell Owens. Just keep throwing it to T.O. He's going to catch one of them eventually, right? First down, Commanders. 105 for Terrell Owens in this one.
As you can see, he's up over the century mark. Oh, he came to play today.
Jackson. Oh my God, this controller's killing me. Jackson saw the opening on the left side, tried to cut back on the other side. I guess no more Xbox 360 games until we buy a new controller, because this is stupid. Second down and 11 for the Commanders. Lossman, Cronwell with the catch, touchdown. And now Lossman's got 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. And they break the 7-point threshold once again. There was such a struggle for them early on.
Ernie Conwell makes the catch and then takes it for a great run here.
You big J.P. Lossman fan, WX man?
Happy to take it from you.
a nice run after making the grab, and that's a big plus coming from your tight end.
The people are happy. The Commanders fans, what is going on outside? There's sirens left and right. So extra point, which has been a struggle on the Bengals side today. Morton Anderson on, and the lefty boots it through. It is 19-14 on a 7-play, 80-yard drive capped off by the touchdown reception from Lossman to Cronwell. Now that one was right through the middle. Dead solid perfect, as Willie Nelson would say. From Willie Nelson Golfing Dream number 3. First half possessions, you can see the Bengals basically unstoppable. Ben Roethlisberger driving Cincinnati down the field. Could have gotten 4 touchdowns out of it, but they elected to go for the field goal with time winding down in the second quarter, and Brown missed the kick, which was his 3rd missed kick of the day if you include the 2 missed extra points. And that keeps us from being a 28-14 game to a 19-14 game.
And he did a super job of lining up his man and then, pow, taking him down.
That's a great battle down there, Dan. This time, the D won.
Let's go. Well, it's Commanders. They're the Commanders now. Washington Commanders. I heard they already might change that name again, so we'll have to see. But yeah, they're the Skins back in the day.
Had just one guy on him and makes the most of it. And he schooled that guy so bad, I can smell the chalk dust.
3rd and 1. This would be a rare stop for the Commanders defense. They give it to Fred Taylor, who's back in the game, and he picks up the first down.
Offensive game plan we're seeing.
What's everyone's favorite Fred Taylor play? One of the great running backs of all time. Spent his career with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And there's still no answer. Jason Sehorn back there, but there's still no answer for this Bengals offense. Ben Roethlisberger teeing off on the Commander defenders. WX Man cheering on. Let's go. Oh, that's right. Like Tim the Tool Man. They're making a Toy Story 5, I think. Tim the Tool Man will be in it. 2nd down and 5. Up the middle to Taylor. He has not been having the strongest rushing performance, but it's enough to keep us on our toes for Ben. 3rd and 3. Can we finally get a stop on Ben Roethlisberger in this Bengal offense? Yes, finally. Jason Sehorn, dislocated finger and all, knocks that one away. And to the Bengals, if I'm Cincinnati, I'm going for it. They are going to try a field goal. I assume this is Josh Brown, but he has missed about every kick here today, and this is no good again. This is an all-time terrible kicking performance. My God, and if you don't want to have an all-time terrible performance like Josh Brown is having, what you want to do, it says K. Brown, Chris Brown. Let me Google this. So it's not Josh Brown, who was a kicker in the same time frame. KR, is he even a real Chris Brown NFL? Let's see, is that a real? Yeah, he isn't. He is Chris Clayton Brown. He played from 99 to 2010 with the Steelers, the Texans, the Chargers, and the Cowboys. He was a 7th-round pick. NFL career stats, let's see here. Field goal percentage was overall 77% for a career. Not great. So there you go, Chris Brown. But if you don't want to be a complete disaster like Chris Brown has been in this game, support TB Sports 27. Follow along on Twitch. Subscribe and hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Follow on X, Twitter X, Patreon, Streamlabs, Ko-Fi, and you can be the furthest thing from a Chris Brown if you do that. Corey Dillon, nice carry there. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thank you guys, Mr. Maple, John Harrigan, Mike Future 99. Of course, Dan's in the chat. All a very eclectic, good group. 2nd down and 5. Dillon. Nothing happening there. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5, which is usually no problem if you're Ben Roethlisberger and the Bengals. But this drive is for the lead here. Commanders continuing to fight. Lossman looking for Terrell Owens and was way off target. And that, I think, is his first kind of poor throw of this game. Normally, in this ball game, J.P. Lossman has been right on hitting his receivers. It's been the receivers and the tight ends dropping passes, but that's a rare one from Lossman where he just flat out missed Terrell Owens. And got to give this one, that's not a good punt. It will bounce, though. Maybe get a little rugby-style roll down to the 25-yard line. And we'll see how Ben Roethlisberger responds from yet another drive that faltered due to a missed field goal. Fred Taylor getting to the outside. Jason Sehorn. It feels like Jason Sehorn's had to make every tackle in this game for the Commanders, and he's only got 9 fingers out there doing it, right? He's only got 9 fingers still making the tackles happen. By God. Big Ben. tipped away. Was that London Fletcher that tipped it? We're looking at Seahorn again. And here's the numbers. I mean, short Ben Roethlisberger's been, everywhere. Basically, his bad point, if you want to say that, 50% is the left side of the field. Riggins, is Riggins even out there? I think Riggins might be long retired. He might be toast. He might be done. I think Riggins is in our RXFL. You'll have to check out when we do Season 2 of the Legends League. And there's Jason Seahorn with another pass deflection with the busted up finger. And that's a 3-and-out. And I believe this is the first punt that we're going to see from the Cincinnati Bengals here today. The first time they are punting the football. So the Commanders' defense giving the offense some opportunities here. Terrell Owens on the return. And he'll take it up to the 36-yard line. And you look at the possessions here for the Commanders, kind of up and down. You got two good lengthy drives, but then in the middle you got a couple of 3-and-out punts. It seems like it's every other drive. Punt, touchdown, punt, touchdown. So if we're going by that, then we are due, I believe, for a touchdown drive. Yeah, punt this, pal. 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Corey Dillon could not get any blocks. It's been a bit of a struggle for Corey Dillon rushing today. That's kind of how he's looked in the first half of the season. 13 carries for just 28 yards. Up next, Commanders travel to play the Eagles. Play action fake. Lossman delivers to Terrell Owens. T.O.'s getting close. He's got to be, considered for MVP or something so far this year. He's been incredible. Coming up on 150 yards. He's got 122, averaging 20 yards a catch. Lossman, and it's intercepted. And there's Wynn. Wynn comes up with the INT. We saw his numbers earlier. Dat Wynn. Linebacker interception too. Boy, Lossman just need to put a little more air under that one. Who's going to break through? 19-14 feels like we've been sitting at for quite a while. Wait a minute. SK Money, what's happening? Look at those stats. That's a good-looking young Ben Roethlisberger right there. Coach sucks, teamwork. Joe Gibbs, man, he's a legendary. He's a legendary coach. Final play of the third quarter. Ben, and it's brought in with the reception from Patton. Patton, Terry Glenn, and Jeremy Shockey tearing up this Commanders secondary. And that's not the first time that Ben has tossed it up into double, triple coverage like that. Okay, third quarter. We come to the end of this one. Commanders trailing 19-14. Roethlisberger, first down. That just continues to be the story. It's looking like Phillip Rivers out there, just completing everything. 23 of 31. Roethlisberger hasn't been hit. Well, if he had this offensive line instead of in Pittsburgh, maybe he wouldn't be as injured as he was in real life in the future.
Second down, tight end to the left.
Roethlisberger. Oh, intercepted. There we go. The first mistake of the game for Big Ben. They got the Commander towels.
Watch how he reacts to get in the ball's path. Nice. That's how you make the INT, baby.
Boy, that was a heads-up play.
Anthony Simmons, already with 8 tackles in this one, the INT.
The Redskins were intercepted last time out. We'll see what happens here.
Unbelievable, says Dan. Well, another opportunity here for J.P. Lossman.
Maybe picks up one on the play.
Okay, let's go.
In his first career start, if we're pretending this is 2005 and not some time travel 2005 going back in time. First career start for J.P. Lossman, and he's got the opportunity here to lead the game-winning drive. Jones makes the catch. He's got no one in front of him, and the Commanders have the lead. Look at J.P. Lossman. So how about John Jones, who earlier in the ball game, Dan the Legend can't believe it, he dropped a wide open pass earlier in the ball game, makes up for it with his first catch, going 74 yards, and now where's SK Money? He wants that coaching staff back now. Should we go for 2? I think we should go for 2. Make it a 3-point game. I'm actually kind of surprised the game didn't encourage us to do that. So we burn a timeout. That's all right. Burn a timeout. Talk it over. Trying to look for something with T.O. T.O. in the corner.
They're going for 2.
So this would make it a 3-score or a 3-point game, a field goal game. Lossman pressured and could not get rid of it. Poor blocking. Show us the crib. I don't even have any. I'll do it. That's gonna be the prize. You have to stick around for the whole year. When we get to the end of the year, we'll do a crib episode. But I don't think I even have enough tokens to get anything in the crib. So that's going to be the big prize. At the end of the year, this is game 9, 16 games. So if we do 2 games a stream, 3 more streams, here you can see where the Bengals are. 3-5, and maybe that's why they're sitting at 3-5. What? No, don't unfollow SK Money. You're our #1 fan. I promise there won't be anything good to see in the crib right now. I got to get more tokens. End of the year, keep reminding me, and we'll do a crib episode. Without question. Just for you, the SK Money crib. Terry Glenn coming up on 100 yards in this game. Oh, that's a penalty. Oh, offset penalties. Unbelievable. So they get to just do the play again. Get some scores from around the league. Of course, there's a low score going. Jacksonville and Detroit. After this, we'll do the Chris Berman wrap-up show. And then we're going to get into our Eagles game, which is going to be a big one. Illegal forward pass. He ran across the line of scrimmage. He crossed the blue line and threw a pass. 7,000 career yards for Fred Taylor. What a legend. Yeah, you can't run across the blue line and throw a pass. Oh, God, are you passing out over there? Blinked? Guy's about to pass out. 3rd and 7. Roethlisberger, and it's incomplete. And this offense had been unstoppable in the first half, right? And then now, Ben just going 3 and out and 3 and out. That could be the reason why they're sitting at 3-5. Fair catch called by T.O. So 4 minutes to play. A lot of this is going to fall on the shoulders of Corey Dillon. If he can pick up some first downs, a lot of clockage is going to come winding down. But you also don't want to get too conservative. You got to try to maybe get one more touchdown to put the pressure on the Bengals. Corey Dillon with 3 on the ground here. Look at that. That's a big guy. He almost covers that whole little box down there. Try to let some of this wind down. Of course, this is the era before you could just wind the clock. So you got to kind of just ride this one out. Pass it here. And Lossman goes down the field looking for John Jones again. Jones wanted a flag, and that was actually supposed to be John Jones cutting to the sideline. And he just kept running deep, so I don't know what happened there. But 3rd and 7 for the Commanders. Lossman steps up. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what the slide button is. How do you slide in this game? I should probably... Hold on, because I'm going to get my backup quarterback killed. Stiff arm is... No, I don't want alternate. It does not tell you how to slide. Spin, dive. I mean, we could do dive, I guess. Let me know. Someone Google it. Let me know, NFL 2K5, how do you slide? How do you not get your quarterback killed? Right there, that little juke, that was me trying to do a slide, by the way. So now we can chew another 40 and then run the ball and get another 40 seconds down. This would be 4 wins in a row and put the Commanders above 500 here, which would be pretty clutch. Going to Philadelphia on the road. Philly and Dallas kind of leading the way in the division. Corey Dillon, that's a huge loss of yards. So that'll get us close to the 2-minute warning here. What kind of play do we want to do? They're not really giving us anything. Should we do this little play action here? I want something with T.O. out there. They're not giving us a whole lot. Let's, strong eye. Let's do 90 F speed out. F. Try to get this as close to the 2-minute warning as possible. Lossman throws it. Terrell Owens can't hang on. Oh, man. And that will be the 2-minute warning. Man, that would have been a big-time play. So here we go. 3rd down. Got to have this one. If not, Roethlisberger's going to have a minute. But all the missed extra points, all the missed field goals, that's come back to haunt the Cincinnati Bengals. Lossman, he's going to roll out and get rid of it. Nobody's there. All things considered, I mean, 8 of 21, but finished 236. 2 touchdowns to 1 pick. Not a terrible day for the first start of J.P. Lossman, but as we said, that real test is going to be going on the road, and if he wants to be the starter going forward, going on the road to Philly is going to be something he's going to experience every year. Look at this. What a kick. All right, 143. This is what it comes down to. This is big business. Game is on the line. A field goal would win it for the Bengals, but that is not easy to come by. Pass completed. Roethlisberger. Was that Terry Glenn? Don't know. They're going to hand it off here. Take the ball out of Roethlisberger's hands. A minute 20.
seconds to go.
Oh, this is clutch time. This is a big moment. Roethlisberger looking for Jeremy Shockey. And it's all kinds of contested. One more time, we'll look at the numbers of Big Ben. Boy, short has been the thing for Ben. Well, even, I mean, up top. 7 of 11, 8 of 11. He's been doing his thing, but this Commanders defense kept Ben Roethlisberger under control here as of late. Big Ben. Why? Oh, my goodness. Jason Sehorn. And we got a flag. Jamal Williams injured for the Commanders. We got to see what this flag's all about, though. Offensive holding can make it a 3rd and long and make him have to work for it, or give him a 4th and short and give him one play. We'll decline it, and it's going to come down to this one play. They do have all their timeouts, but we would be within field goal range at least. Here we go. 4th and 6, knocked away, and it is incomplete. I don't know who got the swat. Couldn't see the number. And the Bengals are going to fall to 3 and 6. And as good as their offense has been, and we saw a grip of it here in this game, as good as their offense has been, that's why they're sitting at 3 and 6, not able to close it out. Now the Bengals will take all their timeouts here, so we do need to get at least one first down. But we can at least make it where the Bengals have to go down and get a touchdown with no timeouts. Yeah, Cincy here. No victory formation. They got all their timeouts. We got to do one pass. And it's got to go to T.O. T.O. going across the field here, getting the inside scoop. You ready? Top left of the screen. Oh, it's Gaffney. Where's T.O.? That's supposed to be T.O. They're going to bring on the crew to measure. 4th and inches. We got to close this out with a win, right? Come on. 4th and inches. 1 inch gives the Commanders the win. 4 wins in a row would put them at 5 and 4. Corey Dillon's got it, and the Commanders have won 4 in a row. From 1 and 4 to 5 and 4. And J.P. Lossman coming in for the injured Mark Bolger. MCL torn up in all. SK Money is hyped. We got a fight going on out there. WX man.
Thank you, Dan. After talking
Listen to this injury.
I found out that he's hyperextended his shoulder. They're icing the injury in an effort to ease the pain, but it doesn't seem to be that effective. The official word on his return, doubtful.
Doubtful with 3 seconds. And we're going to let Chris Berman wrap this one up. Dan, yes, unbelievable from Dan. Chris Berman post-game show, and then Chris Berman is going to bring us all the results from week number 10. And then we're going to head to Philadelphia. That's going to be a real test of J.P. Lossman. All right, Chris Berman, he'll take it away here.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Redskins stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Ernie Conwell is going to find an opening in the secondary, and he'll exploit it here. A 40-yard touchdown for the Redskins. The Redskins climb back into the game, now down by 5. Then Roethlisberger connected with his man on this one. A 15-yard play that set up a Bengal field goal, but they couldn't connect. Skins back by 5. Dat Win is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Bengals on D. Anthony Simmons would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. Bengals ahead 19-14. John Jones came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. A 74-yard touchdown for the Redskins. And that's where we'll leave this one. Skins edge out a win 20-19. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. J.P. Lossman was kind enough to give us a moment of his time, and he's on the field with Susie Calver. Susie?
Thanks, Chris. You transcended the competition today, and you edged them out in a hard-fought game. What gave you guys the edge today?
I think our linebackers were the spark plugs for the whole team. Nobody wants to win more games than these guys. They put their bodies on the line, every down, every play, for the sake of this team. They should get a lot of credit for this win.
Chris, back to you.
Thanks for tuning into ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris
All right,
Berman.
the
We'll
spark plug defense compliments of J.P. Lossman. So we're going to sim past the rest of the games. We're going to do one more Chris Berman show, the Week 10 show. And then we are going to get ready for the Philadelphia Eagles game. In fact, Monday Night Football is Eagles versus Cowboys. And we're going to have we'll look at the standings after this as well. I'm simulating so you guys don't get spoiled here. But we'll let Chris Berman close this one out. And then we'll let him close it out. We'll look at we'll save the standings for the next episode. We'll let Chris Berman close it out here. And then we'll say, come on back. We'll show you the standings. And we'll get ready for the game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And, the crib, I don't know. End of the year, I think that's a good prize. Here's Chris Berman. We'll see you guys for the Eagles game. Don't forget to follow, subscribe.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Jets come away with a 2-point nail-biting win. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Dennis Johnson will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 4 years, $3.9 million. This guy will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Patriots. Kenny Peterson will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 6 years, $3.5 million. Chuck Wiley is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Lions.
In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Bills win their 4th game of the year. The Colts won this contest, but will stay at the 3rd place in the AFC South. Thomas Jones stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Bengals, Redskins. His team's John Jones emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. The Redskins go on to win this by the final score of 20-19. Down in the sunny skies of Arizona, we had the Cardinals get sent away with a 7-point loss. Ricky Williams rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Steelers beat the Browns. Down in Nashville, we had the Titans lose by 6 points. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Santana Moss won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. It's a broken hand, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for 5 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Joe Horn won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. He's suffering from a pulled calf muscle, and that'll keep him out for 4 weeks. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Jason Gilden will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Chiefs, Saints. Jimmy Smith, he's split out at the 14-yard line as they look to get 6. Makes the move toward the middle, and a nice catch at the back of the end zone for 6. The Chiefs win this one by the final score of 19-14. The Packers defense got to the quarterback 4 times in their win at Lambeau Field. The Eagles won on the road and will now head home to meet the Redskins. The Panthers lost this one, but will stay at number 1 in the NFC South. In an NFC West matchup, we had the Rams pick up their 6th win of the year. And in our final game, we had the Lions come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.